Hello, welcome to another episode of Opinions of a Mortal Man. This time we're talking about indie games because recently I got a new American Xbox account and I've been downloading these indie games. Now, the most purpose of my this video that I want to do, and I actually want to keep it as short as I can because I tend to talk about other topics that they don't relate to this one. So I want to just get straight to the point, and I'll start by saying this: for the last like few months or 2 months that I got this new account, I have been playing a lot of indie games, and I myself have been inspired by this to, because I've always mentioned that I wanted to make a game myself, but where to start? I will probably have to make it a Flash game, which was my initial thoughts. I was gonna make Flash games. I'll put it up for free, obviously, like most of other Flash gamers that they make, and I'll get a fan base from there, and then I'll make a new game, and for that one I will actually charge for that. Well, if I can get that to work. Obviously, probably using PayPal, and if people still like it and they're still buying it, and I'll use what I gain from that resources, the value that I got, the revenue, and I'll move on to make even better games for other platforms like Steam. Most likely will be the next one, and then Xbox Live and anywhere else where they will accept my indie games. And if I do well, then I'm gonna make a video game company. But that's too ahead of myself, and I don't think I'll get that far. But on every person's dreams, you have to take one step at a time. So my idea right now is just to take the first step. And how I'm doing this is I'm checking how other people have done it. So I'm going to these Xbox Live indie games, and Xbox, when you search through games, they tend to repeat some of them, but I'll estimate there's at least 3,000 different kinds of games, maybe less or maybe more. But either way, that is a lot of games with a lot of different types, like first-person shooting, platforming, role-playing, or puzzles, racing, or classic, retro, or even silly ones for Connect. But other than that, there's a huge variety, and in a sense that I'm looking through these games, and I find myself like becoming a critic, like a game tester, because I see the cover of their games, and in a way it's starting to teach me the rules of sell points. Like when you grab a game and you turn on the back, it says like, "Oh, amazing gameplay, have fun with 4 people, co-op." Things like that. Since they don't have a box, they only have like one cover, a name. That also helps with the with the attraction. The ratings of the game, which is just 3 types, being sex, violence, and mature content, and a small description of the game, which half the time doesn't really help. It just implies the story or kind of an idea of what you're getting into. And the most important one, which I think is the bigger selling point out of everything, and that's the screenshots. The screenshots of the actual game. This for me is pretty much a make or die kind of situation. Either it makes the game very amazing and pretty much sets me home and I'm going to download this game and give it a shot. Or it'll just make me realize this is not what I expected from either the cover or the name, or this is not the kind of game type that I wanted. Like it says like Adventure Island, but it's actually a puzzle game. So I'm not very into puzzle games. I'm sure a lot of people are. But for me, thanks to that screenshot, I'm not a customer for them because that's just not my type of game. But it got me thinking, well, if I am to be a game developer, these are the kind of things that I need to keep in mind. I need to make the cover of my game be interesting, but also like smart. I have to like include either the protagonist, or maybe the world, the villain, or the purpose of the game to give it a wide idea to the obviously to the consumer of what my game is about. The name, although that just might be personal for me, sometimes I like when a game just catches on to you, just interests you. and you can easily say it out, and people will go like, "Oh, that game," or because recently now there's a lot of Minecraft copies, but everyone will know once you say Minecraft exactly which one you're talking about, not this Castle Miner or this Block World or things like that. So I also kind of want to think about a name that catches people's attentions. And when I show screenshot, which I find it curious that some people just put one screenshot. I'm not sure if that's because of the Xbox Live, if there's a limit, or if they charge you. Because as far as I investigated, which is not much, just 10 minutes before I decided to make this video, when you post an indie game, they keep 30% of your total winnings, and 70% goes to you. So if a game costs $1, I will assume that means that you're gonna get 70 cents. But if it does really well, Microsoft will sponsor your game to hopefully help you with more downloads, and you'll get more money. I'm assuming they work with PayPal or maybe through credit cards, because it is all in the US. I think that's why the indie game market is only available there. But moving on from that, because that's more onto the economic information about indie games, which I really don't know about, and to be honest, it is good as a developer not to have that in mind. Unless it's like a desperate struggle where you need to make a lot of profit from this game, then I guess you could start considering it. But from my personal opinion, it's best to stay away, because it distracts you from your true purpose. When you make a video game, you kind of do it like Notch. You do it for yourself. You go like, I can do this. I'm gonna make this game for me, and then once you like created this playable version of it, you go like, or alpha, I guess that's what they could consider it. You share it to the world and see what they think of your game. And half the time, when you do something that you yourself are passionate about, people will see that, and people will actually like be attracted to that, because they'll go like, wow, this is really well done. This person put a lot of effort into this, and I kind of like it too, because it's there's like this sort of emotion into your work that even though it's already done, you could still feel it. Like, just watch any old Disney movie. They're so cheerful, like Walt Disney, and it's like this whole world where you could get immersed in. This guy did a world for himself where he felt comfortable, and he decided to share this world for everyone else. And that's kind of bit how game developers should feel. I'm gonna make a world that I like, and I'm gonna share that with people. And if people have the same ideas as me, welcome. And if they don't, well, give it a chance. You might find a special place in your heart for this kind of games. And if not, well, to each their own. We should not like pressure anyone to like something. If they do, or if they just see something that catches their attention and they go with it, awesome. So I myself, thanks to these indie games, I'm gonna start doing that. I will start actually putting my ideas, my world into a piece of paper, and start from there. I'm gonna start taking my first step, and that's deciding the story, designing the characters, designing the bare bones of a stage, because I'm not very expert at that yet, and the kind of mechanics and gameplay I want for these games. And from there, I'll investigate how I can actually make them, and if I can put them on Xbox Live. But overall, for anyone who's watching this, give those indie games a try, because out of those 3,000, I'm pretty sure 1,000 games are really good. So if you have a chance, check it out. And when I get a computer, I'll do something like the Two Best Friends play, but or even other YouTubers who also put up like indie games. But the problem with those guys is that they put a lot of them. So I'm just gonna put one by one when I get the chance. So for now, I just wanted to express that indie games really feel like they're a step forward into the future of video games, and I want to get myself included in that. So thanks again for watching. Sorry if I strayed away from the main topic, but I hope this video was good. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Lates.